And here we go. So yeah, yesterday, where did we leave off yesterday? Yesterday at noon, something like, no, wait, that was about here. Yeah, this is where we were. I'm gonna put a horizontal line so we can see which was the area more or less where I was streaming yesterday. It was something like this, more or less. I think it was this candle, and during the stream we just had the breakout of this candle. So what did I say yesterday? Yesterday I said we had a healthy situation, very, very, very healthy. Um, we I said that it was important not to close in the blue box and then start seeing lower lows, because this would initiate like a bearish divergence here. So what happened, we had a little bit of retracing. We had our support on the blue line, more or less on the blue line, and then we started moving out of the trend line. We started breaking above the trend line, closing above the trend line, and this is where we saw the entire run up that we witnessed. Now, I had a few scenarios in play that were possible, and this one was not part of it. So I'm just gonna delete this. I'm going to rename it upper trend line. There we go. And what I said was the wedge situation was going to be more as a reference than a real trending situation. For those who wanted to play it safe, and myself included, I had a long situation, a long position here, and I did take profit right here. Now, if you know me, then I don't like to enter positions when we are halfway a range. So this entire situation, I decided not to take any part of it. On hindsight, it's always very easy to be a good trader if you look on hindsight. I could have made more money for all those who did take the trade here and rode it out to the top of the red line. Congratulations, I'm really, really, really happy for you. But me, my strategy is more about once I take profit, I just allow it to ride out, and then I wait and see where where we bounce off of and what this bounce could actually mean for the next move. Um, so, um, I was also, just a second, just a second. Yeah, I'm sorry, the cleaning crew. Now, yeah, where was I? So I expected a bounce off of the red line, the red horizontal line, forming kind of this ascending triangle. Now we did break a little bit above of it. And now what does this mean? If we look closer, I'm going to remove the blue line. If we look closer at this picture, we have this past high, we have the new high that we made, and when we look at the RSI, we can clearly see that this is actually forming a bearish divergence. Now, on the 1 hour chart, I would say this is only a limit, and we could eventually go higher. This is still very possible. It's not unlikely. It happened before. We are taking support right here on this area. So basically, we could still initiate a further move higher. But very important is now that we don't start making lower lows. Once from here we start closing under the second blue line. So you know what, I'm going to remove the blue box because for now it's not very relevant anymore. So if we start closing under the blue line here, this is where I would consider this a lower low. Still not a lower low compared to all the other formations, compared to all the other lows here, but I think this would be enough to confirm this setup as a confirmed bearish divergence. So this is one to really keep an eye on. Now, if and when we start breaking higher, this would also mean that we could totally negate this situation here and then expect a higher low and possibly keep going. But for now, for this situation, first I would like to zoom out, to pan out to the higher time frames, because those actually are showing a similar picture with a very much stronger divergence on the RSI. So in order to break this level here, we're just going to do some magic number calculating. This RSI level is at 84.3. So let's use Pig's indicator. And that's, oh, there we go, we already got it. 84.3. This would put us at 15,000. So basically, what this means is if we really want to negate this bearish signal here, price would have to rise up to 15,000, and 15,000 is sitting more or less here, so quite some ways away. Let's do it like this. There we go, more or less 15,000. Yeah, a little more, a little less. It's not such a big issue. My God, this is going to take forever. There we go. All right. Now, what do I think is more likely? And this is just my opinion, okay? Keep that in mind. Sometimes I will share my opinion, what I do think is possible, but do not trade off of this, because this is just it's just an opinion. You know, everybody has an opinion, and it's your own opinion that matters. What I do expect more possibly to happen is that we have a retest of the higher areas, confirming locally that the bearish divergence on a shorter time frame once again, and then we could see a little bit of retracing. We could, especially because we have three lower highs made out of three higher highs. You see, and usually in Bitcoin, when you get three strikes, this is where it starts to become dodgy. Okay, so let's remove these. And maybe now we would like to start thinking about which lows would be positive to see happen and which ones would be the points of no return. So like I said, 12,700 in my opinion is still the end of the line. If we start reaching below 12,700, I think we might see a little bit more low before we initiate a new move to the upside. A little bit like what has happened here in this situation. Remember, I don't know if you remember, we had those nice run-ups. We had lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Eventually, we started to reach down and have a few tests of the lower area before we started making newer highs. And then of course, because we had the bearish divergence here, and again we had lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, followed on the price by a high and a higher high. This is what actually pushed the price completely down. Now I do think that here we are sitting more or less in this situation. I'm not really yet expecting to see this one happen where we full on start to reverse and keep a longer downtrend. I think first of all we're going to see a little bit of swiping down and then another shot at the highs. Probably making another stronger bearish divergence, eventually bringing in the new correction, because often we need a correction for the price to remain healthy. Imagine that there's people who are taking profit here, they're filling up their bag again, they're taking profit here, and then all the profit is gone. Everybody took profit, and this is where the price is going to start ranging down. We have this double bottom here, which gave an opportunity to fill a few bags, but this was just one opportunity where a lot of people, I hope all the people, the better traders at least, will have taken profit here, and this is where the price completely lost its volume, lost its support, and started ranging down. Now the rest of the season here was just filling your bags, taking a little bit of profit, filling your bags, filling your bags, filling your bags, and then I'm pretty sure there's some people who are able to ride it out completely. Me, I'm not that patient, so whenever I see an opportunity to take profit, I do, and I hope you do too. Don't hold on to your positions for too long unless you're just somebody who accumulates Bitcoin. And this is good. You can dollar cost average the entire way up, and afterwards, yeah, you get a nice bag of Bitcoin, and then eventually you're also going to start thinking about, okay, where do I turn it back into cash and wait for the next correction to start over? Those are more longer term plays. But yeah, if you're more a leverage trader, if you're a day trader and stuff, then this is not the situation for you. This is not what you want to do. You just want to take profit wherever you can. Now here, this situation. Let's go back to our situation, because if I talk too much, just send it in the comments. Say like, hey dude, it's okay, we don't want to hear all your stories. Yeah, just tell us what you think, and cut it. But honestly, I hope not, because I'm trying to aim my stream more for the people who are already a little bit more interested into real trading, into real technical analysis and all these things, and thinking about different kinds of strategies, and to go a little more in deep than just where do I buy and where do I sell, because this is very personal. Everybody has its own strategy, everybody has its own ways of trading, its own time schedule and time frame. I cannot expect you to be at the computer when I'm at the computer, and neither can you. Okay, so okay, let's just move on. Let's move on. So out here, this situation, basically it looks a little bit toppy for now. We could see more of a swipe up, but as long as we don't break 15,000, I think this will just be a local top, and maybe potentially a good area to start thinking about setting up a short if we actually really start breaking a little bit higher. Keep in mind that the RSI is going to be your telltale sign to see whether the top is a limit, or whether it's really a new higher high that will be followed by a higher low. So how do we do this? We look for divergences, and if there are none to be seen, it's pretty safe to say the next low is going to be higher. But if you are already riding in the bearish divergence area, just like we are here, I would right now basically be waiting and having a look at whether we start going down to make a lower low compared to this area or this one. Either one is fine, but especially also already if we break down a little below this one, we close lower, then already for me this would start looking like a reversal of the situation. From here, we want to see how low it could go before we get in trouble again, right? So let's look at the lowest low of this RSI formation being at 40.77. This is a 3-hour chart. So maybe we want to do this on the 1-hour chart first. Yeah, so the 1-hour chart, oh yeah, okay, this one is low. Let's take this one because those are the same. This was actually, look at this low here is a little bit lower, and this initiated the tiny slightly bullish divergence that I spoke of a few days ago. Okay, it was tiny, and the reaction was a little more strong, you know. It was okay, but we finally made a new higher high. Okay, now let's have a look on the magic indicator. This is an RSI of 30.23, so let's enter 30.33, and what do we see at 13,400 here, the blue line? We start making the same height as as this low here. So let's drag this down just a little bit here, and this one, 410. What does this say? 410. Let's call it 410. So basically, if we manage to close a candle inside the blue area, between the blue and the yellow area, this would actually still be a very nice setup. We could initiate a bullish divergence, and guess what? Actually, let's remove this line because I don't think it's going to be relevant anymore. If we enter this area, we could find some support on the red trend line that I drew right here. You know what? We're gonna make it a little more clear so that you can actually see it really well. Does it show? Yeah, it shows really well. This one, you know, I'm still gonna leave it a little bit, because sometimes when trend lines are crossing horizontals, like we are here, this could actually also signal a much stronger support. So the play that I described earlier, where we find some support here and make a new higher high, is still very possible. Okay, but if we start breaking below, I do think it's more likely that we are going to see a test of the red line, the red trend line here, because it's nice inside this space. Maybe we even want to box it just to make it nice and clear. Yeah, there we go. So if price actually moves down here in the box, then maybe, oh, what do I do? Maybe we could see some support on this line and then start breaking higher, maybe doing something like this and going away again. Very possible, because the RSI would have a little bit of time to cool down and reset, which would be a nice thing to initiate our next move higher. Now, on the other hand, whoopsie daisy. On the other hand, if we start closing lower than all this, just for the fun of it, let's make an RSI read of this. This is 19. Let's enter 19. Okay, so 19 would be 961. Okay, so if we start pushing down below the blue box, we still have that green line that could actually form some sort of final support, because this is where we are going to reach the height of this RSI, this one here. But as soon as we break below the green line, this is where this is completely voided. We might see a retest of the blue box area with basically, let's do it like this. We go down, we break here. We could see a retest of this area, maybe a retest in the blue box, but this is where we are going to go more down. Okay, so I think this is an important one to notice as well. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart actually is painting the same picture, but even stronger. We do have our high, lower high, also slightly lower high, lower high. And this corresponds with, oh, Jesus, I'm sorry, with this high, another higher high, and another higher high. So on the 4-hour chart, those are 4 strikes. So, you know, it's starting to feel a little bit like this is the local top for now. Stochastics are, of course, still sitting up there in the bullish control zone, which is not bad, but they have been snaking already quite a bit. And, you know, For now, it still looks okay. This is why I'm expecting a possible retest of the higher range, maybe even piercing a little bit higher. But after this, I think on the 1 hour chart, we are going to see a second local divergence popping between, oh my God. um, if anybody knows an easy way to remove these quickly, because I'm clogging up my charts so fast. But yeah, I just want to be clear, I want to make myself as clear as possible. So what I also have in mind, like I said, if we move a little bit higher, we are going to make another divergence here with a lower high, this here being a higher high, and this is where we're going to start seeing some more down, because all right, so I think this is also a possible scenario, and this is especially if we don't break the 15,000 on this move up. If we manage to close higher than this one, so this is on a 1 hour chart 13,950. If we manage to close above 13,950 and not break 15,000, this is a very, very strong sequence of bearish divergences here. And this is where I really think that we're going to see a little bit more of a downtrend until we make a stronger bearish signal again, confirm the reversal, and start going up for the races again. But yeah, so far we had a nice run. Nothing can last forever, huh? But yeah, keep your eyes open. I hope this is clear for everybody. If you have a few more questions or anything, feel free to type away in the chat. The chat is being really quiet for now, but yeah, don't worry. It's all good. Now let's move up to the 10-hour chart. I do like the 10-hour chart because it has such an odd way of closing on the dailies and stuff. What did I say yesterday? On the 10 hours, you need 5 days to have a complete cycle and start again at midnight with the first close. So it takes 5 days to cycle completely through until the 10-hour chart closes again at midnight. Yeah. Now, this gives us an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. What do we see here? We do have again a similar picture popping up. Wait up. Let me zoom this. Yeah, zoom. No, like this. We have a high, lower high, and now potentially also a lower high. On the price, we have a high, a higher high, and also another higher high. So this is again 3 strikes. Of course, this one is yet to be confirmed, and this one will be confirmed if we get a candle close below the last candle, the last green candle. Let's call it 13,570, 13,550, ish. But yeah, 3 strikes. RSI is looking like it's capitulating slowly. So yeah, basically I think we are going to start seeing a little bit of ranging first, and slowly start confirming a trend reversal. Now, how low could this go? I do think this is where we can actually start looking on the longer scale for a retest here of the green line, the green trend line. But this is, of course, a longer scale picture. On the shorter scale, I do think we are going to see a little bit of pushing down, then probably another try up, but not reaching the same highs. And after that, this is where we are really going to see a capitulation. But yeah, let's go day by day. Let's go time frame by time frame, and let's not jump the gun with any conclusions. So for now, what did I say? If we move up, have a look at the RSI to see if we are not signaling another bearish divergence. Are we going to break those 15,000? If we move down and we manage to close here within this blue box area, we might see another try up. Maybe this could reset this entire situation. This is possible. But once we start closing below this area, this is where we are actually going to see maybe a retest and then another lower low. Maybe we could see a little bit of a retest, a second low that would give a little of a local bullish divergence to allow us to see a little more high and then break down. But once we start closing here, I think the new higher highs are finished. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it with this for the Bitcoin chart. Let's have a quick look at how the dollar closed the week, because you know I do like to see how strong or how weak the dollar is. And what did we get here? What did we get here? What are those shenanigans? For now, just yeah, it looks like continuation. We do have a almost same heights, but we do have a lower high on the RSI. So yeah, it looks more toppy and ready to start printing new lower lows. Of course, this is still to be seen and to be confirmed. But yeah, this formation, the double top with a lower low on the RSI, I think this indicates that that the dollar has made its move here. So on the longer term, this is actually a really good thing for Bitcoin and for the other markets. But nothing is to be played as long as we did not break this low here, which is at 93.78, more or less. So E-mini futures, let's see, E-mini futures, there we go. E-mini futures, what are you doing? Well, yeah, this is actually looking bullish as well. We do see our series of higher lows going like this, and we do have a series of lower lows on the price. So basically this is also a very bearish signal, a very bullish signal. So yeah, E-mini futures looking bullish for the next coming week, could be pulling up. Dollar looking actually not so strong. Now, yeah, Bitcoin, it's gonna be a make or break situation right now. If we manage to reset this entire structure here, maybe with making another bullish divergence that would help us get some momentum to the upside, that would be really great. Yeah, if not, I told you which levels to keep your eyes on. The blue box area from 420 to 13,000. If we go up like in a straight line below 15,000, we get in trouble. We will see another strong push back down. and then yeah, from there, just take it slowly, and yeah, don't jump into positions halfway inside the range. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Remember, if you enjoyed this, support my channel. I do have an affiliate link linking you to Bybit. Bybit is an amazing trading platform if you're into leverage trading. They are very professional. They have a great support team. The platform is very user friendly, and you do get some great bonuses. And did I mention it supports my channel, gives me a little kickback, and you don't have anything to lose. So yeah, have a look at the affiliate link if you want to support me. Anyway, I thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this, and tomorrow I hope to be back. Normally I try to be online at about 12:30 UTC. This time it was quite a little bit later because yeah, we have the kids over on the weekends and stuff. But yeah, thank you for joining. Hope to see you on the next time. Keep it cool, and yeah, stay safe, guys. Stay very safe. Bye bye.